I've been wanting to make this video for about a good week about DJI Osmo action cameras. And I'm not going to compare anything. I'm simply going to tell you what I've noticed and why I think they're the greatest camera going when it comes to an action camera. Especially if you want to use it for vlogging, hiking, camping, those type of recreations. Now, they've just released the Insta360, which has a much bigger sensor, and the picture is a little bit better than DJI. But why would I still go with DJI even though the picture is better with that? Well, let me get into specifics with this and what I noticed. Now, this comes together as a really cool kit, okay? When I originally bought DJI Osmo action camera, I used it with a Rode microphone because they didn't have any microphones at that time. They didn't have none. They came out the Mic 1 later, and this is the Mic 2. And it's amazing how this system all ties together that nobody on YouTube talks about. All they're over there is raving with their fancy music. Look at this picture. Look at that picture. I'm just like, you know, it might be nice to know this other stuff before you run out and purchase a different camera. You see, the problem is they'll get an Insta360 camera and then they'll rave about it. They'll get a DJI camera, they'll rave about this. They'll get a Gopro camera and they'll rave about this. And they get them all for free. Well, I didn't get nothing for free. I bought my shit. So the DJI Osmo Action Camera 5, which is I'm recording on the Pro, runs for about $350 standalone camera. And then if you buy the DJI microphone kit, which is Mic 2, it runs for about $350. So you're into about $700. So then if you want to tie it into this, which allows you to plug your camera in, this is actually a battery also. And this runs for about $100. So, you know, you're into about $800 for a complete setup. But let me tell you why this is so impressive. Okay. I love their packaging. This has a clip. You unlock this. Okay. And you'll notice I'm using the microphone, one of them. You plug this in and close the lid, and everything in here charges. One connection. With Rode, I needed to buy different plugs to have 3 plugs going different ways. It was just a mess. So, by it coming together as a kit, what I mean is, like, this is the 4. This works with the 4 too. Just so you know, okay? So I've got the 4 on there, right? Now, I can take this, plug it in there, and turn this on. And then I'm going to have this charging the 4. So this is charging that, which is cool. Now, when I did that originally, because I didn't have all this other stuff, and this is what I did, I looked in the settings, and I noticed it said wireless microphone. So I opened that, and it had a TX1 and a TX2, which simply meant, you know, it had one microphone, the other microphone. This one in the middle is like a receiver. So you put this usually on top of your camera if you don't have a DJI. It even has extra things for like cell phones, iPhone, extra plugs and stuff like that. So basically it'll work for everything. So think about that. I run my DJI 5 Pro. Nothing on it. All right? Nothing on it whatsoever. I then run this on my shirt. That's it. That's my whole setup. So I got a camera and I got a microphone. Now, where in the old days, I would have a Rode sitting on top of the camera, so I'd need a hot shoe. And then I'd have a microphone sitting on my shirt. So, which would have been this thing, sitting on top of the camera. Now, if I was running the iPhone, for example, okay, I would need this connected to my iPhone, and then I'd need this. But because this is a DJI camera, I don't need this. I only need the microphone. Think about that. Less weight, less fuss. Now, DJI does sell just the microphone. So you have to really ask yourself, do you really need those extra things. So you could buy a DJI 5 Pro for $350. You could buy just the microphone for $100. So that's $450. And if you wanted this, $550, so you could save yourself money. Now later you could buy the other stuff if you want. I just like to have everything. So by having this complete kit, and because it's built into DJI's cameras, okay, I don't need to use that. But if it's another camera system, a Sony, a Canon, or whatever, I would need to use this and put it on top of the camera. Because there's no settings in the Canon or the Sony that says, hey, hook up the DJI microphone. The settings are only built into the camera to not need this. And I'm trying to specify this to where all you only need is the mic, which I've got down here. That's all you need. A camera and a mic. And now you're completely wireless. Now, not only that, DJI also gives you, and this is a real cool bag. I can't tell you how cool and well made this bag is. You know, you got your muffs in there when you're outside. You got a cord in there, and you can put whatever else in there, like an extra battery in that. Now, I will carry an extra battery on me, but I don't need an extra battery because I have this. And this allows me to charge the camera. I can hit record. I can move through the options. I even have a connection for a hot shoe if I want to add something else. Now, you can get away with, all right, let's say you bought this selfie stick, but you don't have these microphones. You can turn around and plug into the side of the camera like a boom mic is what you can put in, you know, like a Rode or something like that. But now you got this gaudy, awkward thing you're trying to carry around. And the more you can not look like you're doing vlogging, the better it is. You'll get better video. Now, you can go watch other people's videos and see how clear it is. You can look at this one and see how clear it is because I am using the Action 5 Pro. And it is a bit clearer than the 4. Would anybody notice it on YouTube? Probably not, to be honest with you. I mean, if you want to save even more money, you could go buy the Action 4. You could go buy the DJI Mix system. You could buy one, okay, and get your costs down to probably $300. So you have options if you look around out there. And this stuff does work with the 4. As soon as I plug this 4 into this stick here, all of a sudden it's like it upgraded the 4. And the menu all of a sudden had it to where you could connect to this. Now, this thing really is convenient. For example, the microphone itself, I really wish they would talk about this because I had no idea how all this worked. This microphone, I just turn it on, okay? And then I turn my camera on. I don't do anything else. The camera automatically starts searching and all of a sudden, boom, it's connected. I didn't have to check anything. When I got this out of the box, normally you got to set your volume levels, your gains and everything else, and you got to test it and you got to get it. I didn't have to do nothing. It was ready to go out of the box. And the audio sounds pretty good, don't it? So I was like, wow. Now, the other thing about this, it has these magnets on the back, and they are a bitch to get off. They are very strong, okay? And they're a little magnet, as you can see. Now, the Rode also has a magnet that you had to buy separately that only works on one. And the magnet was extremely weak, and it was a little bit bigger. Now, I almost lost that magnet, 4 or 5 times. This is super strong, okay? And both have a magnet. Now, the other thing about this DJI microphone is you can have both microphones on at the same time. So I can take that microphone out and I can wire it up on a second person. I can take my microphone and connect it up here, and both of us can have a conversation. That is awesome, okay? It has just a little bit more that it can do and a little bit less. So this is like an entire kit that does everything you want, and at the same time, it's really light. Okay? This case itself that holds these, okay? This case also has a battery in it. The case itself. So now, when these go dead or whatever, and you plop them back in and shut the lid, it's literally charging them. You're going to get 2 more charges with that because of that case if you purchase the whole kit. I think you should buy the whole kit, but that is just nice. So now I carry 2 batteries in case something happens to that one. I carry this in the backpack along with this. That's a very compact and light setup. Very compact. Sound is awesome. So now, you don't have to, I used to carry like 10 batteries. Because now I got this charging, I got this charging, I mean, all in a compact unit. I carry a little battery pack now, and I'm good to go. You know, very minimal amount of weight in my backpack, which I love. The more simpler I can make it, the lighter I can make it, and the quality is just awesome. A lot of people will go out and buy $2,500 cameras and sounds and all this stuff. Yeah, you look a little better, but is it worth it? No. A lot of people just record on their phones on YouTube. I don't like to do that because I like to be using my phone for other things than recording. But that's what a lot of people do. And you will find whatever system you go with, you will get used to editing your videos. With whatever program you use with. Like I use Power Director. I dump the video from the camera in. It's just what I've always done, and that's what I'm used to. Now, a lot of people use it with an app, and they'll edit it on their phone, and they'll go that route. That's just not my thing. I prefer to dump it in on a regular computer or a laptop so I can have a big screen, and so I can see what I'm looking at when I'm editing. It's just more convenient for me. And you'll find whatever that niche is for you. Now, young people, you know, they got good eyes and everything. They probably do everything on their cell phones, is what they do. So that's pretty awesome. But this thing, I'm telling you, has an entire environment built into it. You know, when you can remove and not need this, you know, that's one less piece you need. When all you have to use is this with your camera, it's awesome, right? So, can you go with Action 4 with the mic system? Yes, and I would get the mic 2, not the mic 1. If you want to get cheap, then just buy the microphone. Then you won't get the case and everything. And you'll save a bunch of money that way. But DJI Action 5 Pro, I have no complaints with it. You know, a lot of people are saying it's no better than the 4. I see them saying, well, it's a little bit better. You know, I've done my own testing, and it's a little bit better. It has other things that are nice about the DJI 5 Pro. You actually don't even need an SD chip. It has its own memory inside. You can make videos off of that. You know, if something happens to your chip or anything, I like to have a 128 chip in there, but you may be different. And just use what's in there. It has a few little things I think are pretty cool. Now, is DJI going to come out with a 1-inch sensor? Probably in the next version next year. They have to. Cameras get better and better, right? I believe the Insta360 is a little over an inch sensor, and that's why that video is a little bit better. But it doesn't have all this other stuff that connects within the camera, and that's what you have to consider. You know, you can go buy an Insta360 and have that little better quality video, but then you're going to need to attach, you know, this thing to the top of the camera. Then you're going to need to attach your microphone to your shirt. I mean, you're going to have all these extra things, all right? And I personally prefer just to connect the microphone and be done with it. Why would I want to turn around and connect all that extra stuff if I don't have to? And I'm sure in 5 years, you're going to have all these cameras doing all this going on. But when you stick to DJI, the setup, like I've done, oh, your life is so much easier. So if you're looking to get an action camera, just don't think about how it looks. Oh, there's one other thing about DJI I should tell you. The other reason I love DJI is how it saves its files. Okay, it actually dates them in order. So when I dump them to my computer and I go to edit them, basically it's easy. If I have 50 video tracks in there, and I don't have to sort them. With GoPro, I had to go and watch them and sort them, and it was just more work. Every time DJI takes a step out of something, it's helping me. So by removing that one piece of the puzzle where I need that thing on top of the camera, and because this is all I need now. That's it. I connect the microphone to my shirt. There's nothing on top, nothing anywhere. You know, I got this coming up and charging, and because it's wireless inside, it automatically connects to the microphone. That is a light piece of, equipment. I'm actually using my Action Pro 5 with no cage now. Nothing. Right out of the box. That gets really light really quick. When you had to buy these aluminum housings I put on this 4 to protect it. So we're getting a lot lighter. At any rate, I just wanted to give you some general information about this DJI setup. There's lots of other videos you can compare if you look at it, but more of what you're getting in a system. Catch you guys later.